Hey, what's up all? It's Jono here, and welcome back to Pokémon Unbound. So here I am, still in Polder Town. We arrived here, I think, in the last episode. No, we didn't. We arrived in the episode before, because last episode we mostly spent our time in the Safari Zone, trying to catch some interesting Pokémon. And also, to kill a bit of time, I also spent a bit of time just north into a boggy area, just doing a few battles, and also training up and evolving my Pichu into a Pikachu. But we're going to be taking a bit of a break from raising my Pikachu for the time being, because we are going to be doing the next gym battle right here. So let's pop right on in. And from what I can tell, it's apparently a water-type gym, so as a result, I've made some preparations, and obviously I decided to bring back Ampharos, seeing as obviously you're the more stronger electric-type Pokemon I have. But I've also decided to bring back Serperior. I haven't used Serperior in a while, but if it's going to be a water-type gym, it might come in handy. Let me guess. So Tessy is the leader. Jax and Scott, of course, have already beaten the gym leader. So, hey, what's going on? Champ in the making! How you doing? Welcome to East Boreas. Take a fresh water to commemorate your arrival. I will gladly take one. Just like back in Mel's gym, this gym is centered around water, but unlike his gym, the trainers here actually use water types. Bringing electrifying electric types or grassy grass types will do you wonders. Just be careful. Trainers in this gym are masters of adaptation. When you fight them, all Pokemon in battle will become the same type as their first two moves. As for how to get to Tessy, you'll need a Pokemon that can surf across the waves, but be careful, spending too much time in the water can get you washed back to the entrance. You'll need to scout ahead and find the shortest path to the next platform. And be aware that although moving on land will advance the timer, you won't get washed away if you're not in the water. Okay, interesting. So, apparently, so it sounds like, so go back to what you're saying. So just be careful, trainers in this gym are masters of adaptation. When you fight them, all Pokemon in battle will become the same type as their first two moves. Right, does that mean their first two moves like in order, or the first two moves that they use? I'm guessing it's moves that have been set in order, so looks like by the sounds of it, they might not necessarily be like completely water type. Maybe some of these types are actually not going to be as you expect them. There are no fish in these murky waters. Why do I fish here? Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, you might get lucky and find a... Oh, I'm trying to think of some really ugly looking water type Pokemon or poison type Pokemon in the state of this water. Well, there's Stunfisk, so it's potentially superior as a grass type. Electric and ground. Oh, okay, so it actually tells you. Okay, that's useful. Oh, it actually tells you. Ooh, okay. Alright, that's fine. So this is interesting. So how did you survive? I was going to say, how did you survive that? But then again, Serperior is only level 51, so I guess that makes sense. I'll just use another Leaf Blade. It's fine. Also, if I'm not mistaken, I think the experience share setting is still on the same setting as I had on in the last episode, didn't I? Yes, it was. Alamomola. I'm going to switch Pokemon for now. But I think it all depends on what kind of moves Alamomola will know. So let's just bring out Ampharos for now and just see what we've got. Okay, Water and Psychic type. That's fine. I could theoretically use Signal Beam, but it's kind of no point. We'll just use Thunderbolt. Hey, and Quick Claw comes into effect again. Very nice. There we go. No problem at all for Ampharos. Especially considering I just noticed, obviously, the different levels of our Pokemon. And, you know, let's go back to Serperior. I'm just going to keep switching between these two. In fact, I kind of do want to prioritise using Serperior just to train you up a little bit. Although, well, I will admit, I was actually very tempted to try out using Grovyle that I caught from the Safari Zone, and then evolving it into a Sceptile, but I figured I'll try using Serperior and just see how it goes. Psychic Fang doesn't matter too much. Okay, so far pretty simple, but I'm going to assume there's going to be some sneaky different types that could potentially appear at some point. The constant waves have washed all of the fish away. Make sure you don't travel too far on the water, otherwise you'll be washed away like those fish. Okay, so... I see. I think I see, and then if I stay on land, I don't get washed away. My inner tube keeps me afloat during the waves. Well, I mean, that's kind of the whole point of an inner tube, so that's good. Alright, Savannah, let's see what we have. Poplio! How do you appear? Fairy and water type, that's absolutely fine. Let's use... actually, you know what? Let's use growth. Let's actually boost some stats for a change. Okay, you're going to use Moonblast. That's fine. Not too worried about that right now. Let's use Giga Drain now. Yep, no problem at all. I knew I can knock you out pretty easily, seeing as you are only a Poplio, so that's fine. Okay, next up, Mudkip. I suspect you might potentially be part ground type. You might have a ground type move, I'm going to assume. Oh no, normal type. Oh, okay, fair enough. Leaf Blade then. Go. Very easy so far. Oh, and that was it. That was just 2 Pokemon. Whee! Yep. You lost. Oh, and there goes the water. Staying on land keeps you safe during the waves. I don't really even need my inner tube. Right, let's see. Okay, so it looks like every time I move... Okay, so it looks like a good couple of steps before it has to... We have to bail off. Okay. There is a potential path this way, but I want to see what's... this way. Okay, looks like it resets every time you go on land. Yeah, there is a path there, but that might be a bit too far away. So let's go this way. And let's see. I can't go on there, but I can go on there. I don't see any other land apart from this one, so let's just take the safe option and go here. Hi. Are you sure you landed on the right spot? Well, I mean, I'm not going to get washed away, so I'd say it's fine. And I got a Pokemon trainer in the battle, so I'd say I'm very much standing in the right spot. Ooh, okay, flying and dark type. That's not ideal for Superior. So, for once, let's actually switch Pokemon. I'm going to have to use Ampharos. Unfortunately, Ampharos can take that, which is good. Oh, but you're going to withdraw. You're probably going to bring out a Pokemon that's part ground type, aren't you? Yeah, Goodra, you probably have. Okay, not quite. I was half expecting maybe ground type, but that's fine. We could at least still use Thunderbolt. Oh, and you're paralyzed. Also, this is the first time we've encountered Goodra. Very nice. So you have Dragon and... Water. Don't really have any good options here, so let me just use another Thunderbolt. Dragon Pulse not too bad. We'll just finish off with a Shockwave, although of course you have a potion. Unfortunately, it's only a potion and not a full restore, so you're still paralyzed, so you're still kind of screwed, Goodra. Let's just keep on using Thunderbolt. We'll wear you down eventually. I think I might have to nip to the Pokemon Center at some point. In fact, I might have to do that after this battle, actually. Okay, so Brionne. Yeah, not sure, but we're just going to switch to Superior for now, just simply because Ampharos is a little bit on the weak side right now. Normal and fairy. Okay, not ideal, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So it's not the worst thing in the world. And let's just finish off with a Leaf Blade. But then you're going to bring back Simipour. So, well, ideally I want to use Ampharos, but Ampharos is a little bit low on health. So I think I'm going to have to use a different Pokemon. So, let's see. Who would be my best bet? Not ideal, but I'm just going to use Lucario. Well, at least you're paralyzed, that's fine. I mean, at most I'm just going to do standard damage, so you know what, we'll just deal with it. And even though kind of pointless, I might as well use Drain Punch. I'll tell you what, these Pokemon are definitely packing a punch, despite the fact I have an almost 10 level difference here. Okay, I might have to slightly rethink my strategy. Well, that's fine. I kind of want to get hit by the waves anyway, because I want to go back and heal my Pokemon. And I might want to shuffle my team a little bit. Well, I mean, I got to keep Primarina with me because I need a Pokemon to surf. Although, having said that, I'm wondering whether it actually, what level is my Samurott? I've forgotten. Actually, where is Samurott? Oh, there you are, right on the first page. What level are you, Samurott? Yeah, you're level 62. I think just for now, I am going to temporarily use Samurott instead of Primarina. Oh, but you do have an item. I need to take that item off you in a bit. I wonder if it might be worth using Gengar instead of some of my other Pokemon. But then again, probably not. I think Superior and Ampharos are probably still my best bets. I'll probably find a use for Espeon at some point, so I'll tell you what, let's not do that for now. Instead, let me just take the item, and I'm going to give that to Samurott for the time being. As I said, just temporarily while we're going through this gym, because if I do potentially need to use a water-type Pokemon, then I'm better off using Samurott, at least for this gym battle. But once this is done, I'll bring back Primarina. Anyway, we've got to go through this whole thing now. Actually, did I heal my Pokemon? No, I didn't. I'm a bloody idiot. Back we go. Ah, just as the game has turned into proper nighttime mode, my Pokemon have now been healed, and let's actually get back into this. Okay, now we've made myself back here. Have you noticed the distance you can travel between each platform varies? Yeah, I've noticed that. I've definitely noticed that. Darwin. Anyway, so next up we have a Tirtuga, but I'm going to assume you'll probably have something a little bit unexpected. Well, not really. I mean, what, Water and Dark type? That makes sense. You probably know, like, Bite or Crunch, which probably makes you part Dark type. Yep, as I suspected. You're gonna use a Hyper Potion. That's a bit of a waste, if you ask me. Because I'm just literally going to help myself to all that lovely extra health that you just gotten. And that was quite the hit as well. If I knew we were going to use a Hyper Potion that early, I probably would have used Growth, but never mind. I'm gonna... Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna switch, even though I have a feeling that you might not just be electric. But as long as you don't weirdly have a flying type move, then I can use Garchomp. But even if you do, I do have a backup plan anyway. Ooh, oh dear. Oh no, that's fine. Water and dragon. Okay, so we're both dragon types. Okay, but that's fine. Let's give this a go. There we go, no problem at all. Good stuff, Garchomp. And you're going to bring out Marshtomp, but I'm going to assume you're not going to be purely water and ground. But we're going to switch to Superior anyway, just in case. Okay, normal and ground type. I mean, that's fine. That works out just fine. Nice critical hit there. That should be a level up for you, Superior. And indeed it is. Very good. Gonna help out nicely. And there we go. Defeated Darwin. Sometimes you can travel a lot and sometimes not. Yeah, that's something I've definitely noticed. Some platforms allow you to travel further than others. Right, okay, so I could probably travel quite far on this one. Ooh, just about. Okay. And presumably straight on here. Also, have I made it to the end already? Ah, okay. Howdy! So you got past my little wave challenge, did you? Name's Tessy. Living in this here swamp taught my Pokemon and I a whole lot. Growing and adapting. Being chiefly 2 of them. All my Pokemon have the power to change their type based on the first 2 attacks they know. And while you're battling me, your own Pokemon will do the same. But you already knew that, I'm sure. Ah, look at that. Picked a mighty fine time for a shower. But hey, ain't nothing gonna dampen the mood on this battle, right? Alright, don't sink too fast now, you hear? Well, I mean, hopefully not, but this should be a potentially interesting one. All depends on the moves that Tessy's Pokemon, rather, have. Okay. Toxapex, okay. First of all, it's raining, so I don't know if that's going to help or not. Okay, so immediately Poison and Dark. I was going to bring out Espeon, but that's immediately thrown. That's immediately out the window. In fact, this whole thing's immediately out the window. So Poison and Dark. Can't really use Lucario either. Okay. I think annoyingly, I'm going to have to use Garchomp. Poison Jab, thankfully, is not going to do too much. That's fine. Right. I could obviously use Bad Tantrum or Earthquake. And in fact, you know what? We're going to do that. And we're also going to Mega Evolve you. Actually, what level were you? I wasn't paying attention. Level 54. This should still be good enough for us, yeah. In fact, way better than what we should be, but, you know, it's fine. Gyarados. Something tells me you're not going to be water and flying. I'm going to assume you're not going to be water and flying. I'm going to immediately call that right now. So I think it would be foolish to bring out Ampharos. Ooh, actually, if you're not going to be flying, I might actually take a chance with Superior. Let's go for Superior. Even though Superior does have a bit of a disadvantage in terms of the levels, but we're going to give it a go anyway, so let's see. Have I made the right call? Oh, I did make the right call. Water and ground type. Oh, that must mean you probably know Earthquake or something. Right, not ideal, but we can make this work. I'm going to use... Oh, and of course you're a Mega Gyarados as well, right. I mean, I should have seen that coming. Oh, this could potentially be bad for Superior. That breaks the mold, but I can at least attack first, so that's good. Question is, how much damage is this going to do? Not bad, actually. Of course, it's like 4 times damage, which is good. But you know, Ice Fang. Okay, right. Not ideal, but we can still use Giga Drain. Oh, but you're going to withdraw Gyarados. I knew it. Okay. You're totally going to be something different, aren't you? War and Bug type. I mean, that's fine. Although any Bug type moves you're going to use is going to knock out Superior. So, you know what? So, hang on, remind me. So, you're Water and Bug. Okay. Water and Bug. Honestly, I think Ampharos might be my best bet for this one. So I thought use Cross Scissor. That potentially could have... That might have actually been enough to knock out Superior. Oh, for God's sake, stop withdrawing your Pokemon. You're going to... Oh. Well, I was going to say you're not... Okay, that's fine. For a minute, I thought you were actually going to bring out Gyarados again just to screw me over. But that's fine. Yeah, screw you, Seismitoad. You just made a monumentally bad decision there, Tessy. Okay, now you're going to bring back Gyarados, so definitely not use Ampharos, seeing as we already know that it's going to be part water and ground. Just pretend it's a flying Quagsire. Now you're going to break the mold. That's fine, because I'm just going to use Giga... Well, I'm going to use Giga Drain, because why not? I need some health. This should be enough to knock you out, and it does. Yeah, screw you, Gyarados. I'd say we've got the advantage here. Safe to say. And I'm going to bring back Armaldo. I definitely need to switch Pokemon. In fact, let's... You know what, let's finish off with Ampharos. I was very tempted to bring out Garchomp again, but no, let's use Ampharos. Water and Bug type, that's fine. Well, this ain't good, but it ain't over till it's over. Indeed. And on that note, well, Thunderbolt's not going to knock you out. So what if I do a Shockwave instead? Because I'm wondering whether you do have another potion. Let's not waste the Thunderbolt. I have a feeling you might have another potion. Oh, wow. Really? Okay. I must have used a different attack, because... Oh, I must have used a different attack. I must have been thinking of a different Pokemon I was using. I swear I used Ampharos against you before. Maybe not. Well, whatever. Oh, no, it wasn't. I was using Superior, wasn't I? Oh, no, that's fine then. Okay. I'm actually surprised Shockwave did enough damage. Nicely done there, Ampharos. Ooh, we want to learn Thunder Cage? Thunder Cage? A cage made of electricity that traps the target for 4 to 5 turns. That sounds kind of badass, actually. Very tempting, actually, but it's not. It's still pretty accurate. A power of 80. That traps the target for 4 to 5 turns. That actually could potentially be very useful. But although some of these moves could also be useful, honestly, I don't think I'm going to be using them that much. Honestly, for Ampharos, I might be better off using... I was going to say Power Gem, but then again... It depends on who Ampharos goes against. Oh, I don't know. I think I might actually have a bit more benefit from having Signal Beam, actually. I don't know. Now, you know what? Let's forget Power Jam for now, but I can always potentially change my mind at some point. That's assuming I do decide to stick with Ampharos. And if I decide to... And instead of, you know, maybe going with my Pikachu. Jolly fine stuff, sugar. That there was as fine a battle as I've ever had. Not too shabby. You sure as heck washed me away. I guess I gotta give you the Swamp Badge now. Nice. My 7th gym badge? Swamp Badge gives you the ability to handle trader Pokemon to level 61 and even grants your Pokemon the power to climb up waterfalls. Wait, you don't have anything like that? Well, ain't that a problem? Here, I got spares, so just take this one. Oh, wow. Thanks, Tessy. Nice. Waterfall ain't just for climbing up waterfalls, you know. In a battle, it might cause your opponent to freeze up and forget to attack. By the way, couldn't help but notice how impatient you all looked while we were battling. Guess you really needed that hate gem for something, huh? I don't rightly know what it's for, but I hope you get it. Just don't get too reckless now, okay? Promise me you're gonna be fine. And now make a beeline to the top of Crystal Peak and save Boreas. Okay. Question is, are the waves still in effect? No, they're not. Ah, now it's nice and calm here. So, what do you make of that? Well done. You may have gotten a little soaked, but you adapted quickly and overcame Tessy's love of using adaptation. Take this gem so next time you can drench your opponents. And there we go, water gem, very nice. Yep, you can take your opponents to the core, and there we go. That's another gym badge gotten, and now we have the HM for Waterfall, which is very nice. And with that taken care of, I think it's time to switch our Pokemon back and, you know, start making a move towards Crystal Peak. So I'm just going to heal my Pokemon, switch my Pokemon around, and then we'll get back on track with our adventure. Okay, I've switched my Pokemon around. I decided that I am going to bring back Pikachu because I kind of want to train Pikachu up a little bit and just see whether you could potentially be my new main electric type Pokemon. Especially when I get the opportunity to decide to make you evolve into a Raichu. And I'm sure I remember seeing somewhere that I can make Pikachu evolve into a Raichu or an Alolan Raichu depending on where I am. I'm sure I remember someone in, I think, Fallshore City mentioned something about if I was, like, standing in certain spots, Pikachu will evolve into an Alolan form Raichu instead of the normal Raichu if I stood somewhere. I'm sure I vaguely remember someone saying that in one of the cities in Fallshore, but I could be mistaken. But either way, we're going to train up Pikachu anyway. Actually, what are your moves? I think they're the same as before, actually. So I'm kind of wondering whether to have you relearn some moves. Okay, problem is, I actually can't remember where the move, like, relearner guy lives. Was it Crater Town? Ooh, I can't remember, but you know what? We're gonna train up Pikachu anyway, because he's still only level 30. He's still a long way off from, like, being anywhere near as, like, battle ready, but we're gonna train you anyway, and hopefully we can make you pretty strong very soon. And yes, I've also brought back Primarina, and I've decided to make Primarina hold the Mystic Water item again after I temporarily gave it to Samurott for that gym battle, which I never bothered using, and I decided to bring back Gengar because why not? Anyway, on that note, let's head towards, what's it called, Craggy Bog or something, or Coots Bog. Why do I think Craggy Bog? I don't know. So we do need to head to Crystal Peak, but I kinda want to do a little bit more exploring. I just want to do some exploring. We've explored a little bit of this area, but not a huge amount. Let's see. Anything down here? Oh no, there is an item. Looks like another mushroom. Tiny mushroom. Yeah, sounds about right. Alright, let's see if there's anything of interest here. Okay, you look like a psychic. This swamp is really a living being with a powerful spirit. Well, it's either a psychic or a ghost type person. I'm going to assume a psychic. Yes, you are, Hector. Xatu, okay. If Pikachu was stronger, you probably could have been able to take on that Xatu, but we're going to play it safe, and I would say bring out Gengar, but you probably might use some kind of psychic attack, so let's not do that, and I'm actually gonna bring out Espeon. Interesting, you want to use Wish, alright. So instead, let's use Bite, even though we're... okay, if I can get one more Bite before... oh no, but you got Wish in effect, aren't you? Okay, that's fine, but if I can get another Bite in, if you try and use Wish again, it's not going to help you, especially as you keep flinching, so sucks to be you. I do want to teach Espeon a better, like, move instead of Bite. In fact, it's been a while since I last had a proper look at my TM case. I need to have a look and just see what I've actually got in terms of TMs. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tempted to use Pikachu, but honestly, I have a feeling that Wynaught might have something sneaky. Oh, but you have Shadow Tag. Damn it, you have Shadow Tag just like the Wobbuffet. Alright, fine. I mean, just use Spark. I'm just gonna use Safeguard, that's fine. Let's just use Nasty Plot for now and just hope that I can at least get something out of this. Okay, you're just gonna keep using Destiny Bond, so you're basically like that Wobbuffet I battled, I think, in the last episode. I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna go the same way. Okay, you're gonna use Mirror Coat and all that, so I'll tell you what, let's use Nasty Plot again. Let's get our special attack up to the max. Yeah, you're going to keep on using Mirror Coat. Knowing my luck, you're probably going to use Counter now that I've used Spark. Yeah, I thought so. Although, having said that, that's not going to do it. Ooh, no longer protected by Safeguard. So you're probably going to use Safeguard after this. So let's just use the Thunder Shock. Yep, just as I thought. In fact, actually, I might have a sneaky idea. You know what? I'm just going to spam the hell out of Charm. And the next time your Safeguard goes down, I'm just going to use Thunder Shock. So I'm just going to waste my time using Charm. Yep, you're just going to carry on using either Counter or Mirror Coat. So I'm just going to keep doing this until your Safeguard's gone down. Just in case, for whatever reason, this Thunder Shock does not finish you off. Okay, no longer protected by Safeguards. Now we use Thunder Shock. Okay, sure enough, you did use Safeguard. And let's finish off with another Thunder Shock. There we go. Perfect. Nicely done, Pikachu. The question is, you did use a Destiny Bond or whatever it's called, but that obviously didn't matter because Pikachu grew to level 32. Very nice. And you want to learn Discharge. Alright. What's its attack like? 80 versus 40. Yeah, that's like twice as good as Thunder Shock. And honestly, I have no need for Thunder Shock. So you know what? Let's immediately forget Thunder Shock. Although I do need to check your stats actually while I think about it, Pikachu. The Spirit of the Swamp is with you. And also, I gotta say, that's very well done there, Pikachu. We must respect the Spirit of the Swamp, so don't litter. You got it, buddy. Right, let me have a quick look at Pikachu's stats very quickly. Let's have a look. Okay, your attack actually is slightly higher, which I find somewhat interesting. But it's still pretty good. And I mean, just these stats are actually pretty decent when you think about it. It's just your hit points that's a little bit on the low side, but honestly, like, of the two Pichu I ended up having hatch from the eggs, this Pikachu had by far the better stats, at least in terms of the ratings. And as I said, this is just a casual Let's Play anyway, so honestly, I don't care too much about the stats. Anyway, Krogunk, let's not bother... Well, actually, I was going to say... Oh no, I've already caught you anyway. I was going to say, let's not bother battling you, but then again, I kind of still want to give some experience points to Pikachu anyway. And also, I do know that I need to do some kind of mission here involving just catching all the Pokemon around here, but I don't know, I might not bother too much with that. Anyway, I know this is not the right way, but I kind of want to see where this goes anyway. Oh, hi, I think we're in for a battle, yes we are. I am testing a new fishing method. Beat me and I'll show you my technique. Okay then. Alright, let's see what you're on about, Marvin. When you bring out a puzzle, are you just trying to tell me that your new tactic is just basically to use electric-type Pokemon just to electrify the water? Because that's kind of cruel when you think about it. Right, anyway, we've got a puzzle. You know what, let's use Gengar for once. Why not? It's been a while since I properly used Gengar. Okay, you're just going to waste your time using Agility. I mean, that's fine. Let's just use Shadow Ball. Oh. Okay, that's fine. You use Zeb Striker. I mean, that's fine. Not too shabby there, actually, Gengar. Okay, you're just going to waste your time using Agility. That's fine. While you waste your time doing that, I'm just going to lob one more Shadow Ball right in your face and knock you out, Zeb Striker. And once again, you're going to bring out Plusle. I wonder if it's going to try and use Baton Pass again. No, you're using Thunder. Okay. Wasn't quite expecting that, but sure. I mean, if that's what you want to do, Plusle, that's absolutely fine. Anyway, Gengar goes to level 57. Very nice. And yeah, I'm going to switch Pokemon because I don't really want to use Gengar for much longer, seeing as you're a little bit on the low side with health. So let's just bring up Lucario. And let's just quickly use an Aura Sphere and get this battle over and done with. Speaking over and done with, I think I'm going to wrap up this episode in a bit, but I kind of want to at least see what's down this way. I fished with a Bug Zapper. The Pokemon popped right up. Defeats the point of going fishing then, doesn't it? I hope my method is approved by PETPA, or PETP, Pet People for the Ethical Treatment of Pokemon. Yeah, something tells me I don't think they're going to approve of that. Just my guess, but I don't think they're going to approve of that. Anyway, well, I see a TM there. I see another Pokemon trainer here. But as I said, I didn't really want to go this way because I do want to head towards Crystal Peak. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually head back towards Polder Town, get my Pokemon healed, and in fact, I'm going to wrap up this episode. But in the meantime, do we have... Ooh, actually, we do have a new Pokemon that we haven't discovered yet. Gloom. Alright, well, let's not use a Dusk Ball just yet. In fact, I don't even know if I could be bothered to catch it. But let's just bring out Espeon anyway and just see what we can do. Although, having said that, Espeon doesn't really know too many weak moves apart from Bite. So, you know what? Sucks to be you, Gloom, but I am going to use a Psychic Attack. Only because I do want to train up Pikachu a little bit, even though I'm not going to get much experience points from this. I tell a lie, that was well over 2,000 experience points. That was way more than I thought. Ah, okay, that's fine with me. Yeah, looks like... I mean, taking the elevated path certainly avoids a lot of the Pokemon, but it's also a lot less fun in some ways, and also doesn't give me much opportunity to do some training. Ooh, Sliggoo, but I've already caught you. So I don't need to worry about that. But as I said, I'm not too fussed about trying to catch any more Pokemon right now. In fact, a lot of the missions that I've got going on, I'm just going to hold off for now. You know, you're just going to use Rain Dance. That's absolutely fine. And again, I was going to run away, but you know what? It wouldn't hurt to do a quick battle against this Sliggoo. I'm sure you're going to give me some decent experience points. You know, you're just going to give me some muddy water. I'm hoping that's not the same muddy water from Tessy's gym. But there we go. Not too difficult. There we go. Got rid of you. That's another 2,500 experience points for Pikachu. So hopefully a little bit more training for Pikachu would be very nice. Anyway, let's do some quick healing. And I'm now going to wrap up this episode. And yeah, in terms of what we're going to do in the next episode, well, we're just going to carry on going through the bog. And yeah, we're going to head towards Crystal Peak. I think we might as well get that over and done with. Although then again, it might actually be worth me doing a little bit of extra training just to maybe level up some of my Pokemon a little bit, particularly Pikachu. But then again, I think I might be alright. We'll see. Well, I think either way, next episode we're going to head towards Crystal Peak and meet up with Jackson. Hopefully we can save the Boreas region. Hopefully we will do just that. So, on that note, thanks very much for watching everyone, and until next time, I shall catch you all later.